Well, hello and welcome to week 8 of our Mid-Week Devotional videos. Today you will be hearing from some church members about what they are grateful for during this time. I believe that it is so important that no matter our circumstances, we remember that there are always things we can be grateful for. There are a vast number of ways that God has shown us love and grace and mercy. And so rather than focusing on the things that are really hard right now or the things that we're struggling with, I want us to turn our minds and our attentions to a posture of gratitude. So as you hear these church members share what they're grateful for, I invite you also to consider what you are grateful for today.
Hello, church family. I'm Tricia Garstecki. This morning, I was sending a text to a friend, and I looked at my text after I'd written it, and good morning came out as God's morning. And yes, this morning and every morning is God's morning. He is so in control. He's in control of our quarantine and the COVID situation that we've all been in. He's in control of our lives. This all makes me think back to December when my mother died. I knew that it was going to be a big void in my life, as I had pretty much been at her beck and call for 3 to 5 years, and she lived across the street from me. Then my son and his family moved in with us in mid-January so that they could renovate a house. This meant a 6-month-old, a 2.5-year-old, and a 4.5-year-old. Little did we know that by mid-March, we'd be without daycare and have 3 adults working out of the home and 3 children off their schedules. What fun, and yes, it's been challenging. I've seen a lot of Paw Patrol and just-in-time TV shows, but I've enjoyed it all. The laughter, the crying, the fighting, the temper tantrums, but I've loved the 2.5 and 4.5-year-old conversations. And I've loved watching the now 8-month-old learn to sit up and eat Ritz crackers. And the 4.5-year-old learn to ride a 2-wheel bike. What a way God chose to help me get through this void in my life. I am grateful to God. He is in control. And every morning is a God's morning.
Every morning is God's morning. Every God's morning.
Good afternoon. This is Travis Bedsole. We've enjoyed the Wednesday devotionals as well as the wonderful services that we've received online. Last week, we focused our attention on how our lives have been changed since we've been quarantined. We liked Doug Brown's roomy new desk that Carol allowed him to have in the dining room, and we also appreciated the youth's clever message, which was quite entertaining. This week, Kristen has asked that we focus on what we're grateful for. As I thought about the many blessings, these several things have come to mind. First of all, I'm grateful for my family. Most of all, my wife Susan, whom I met in the spring of 1968 on a blind date at the University of Alabama. We were married in December of 1970, and so we are approaching our 50th anniversary coming up this December. We've been blessed with our 2 grown sons, and also with our granddaughter, Grace. We have also grateful and been blessed with our health. Throughout the years, we've overall been very healthy. Third, I think we've been blessed with our church. Our church family has meant so much to us. We joined Ashland Place Church in 1976 as a member of the young adults. Now we seem to be members of the senior adults, but we've enjoyed and have been blessed by our experiences at Ashland Place United Methodist Church. We're also blessed with the comforts of life, such as our home, our financial security, and our jobs that we've had. We've also been blessed by our many friends. Recently, we have not been able to get together with them on a personal basis, but we've been able to correspond with them via the computer, with email, and with Zoom, and other types of things. So we've been blessed with our friends. Now, something unique might be that we're grateful for the technology that we have today. We have wonderful worship services, and access through virtual resources for things like Sunday school, Wednesday devotionals, Amy's outreach to our children, and Leanne's outreach with our youth. So we've been blessed by the technology that is present in our daily lives. All of these things are important, and we're thankful for the many that we have. In this time of uncertainty, though, I think I'm most grateful for my faith. And a couple of verses come to mind that I'd like to share with you. First of all, from the book of Isaiah, chapter 12, beginning at verse 2. Surely God is my salvation. I will trust and will not be afraid. For the Lord God is my strength and my might. So in these times, we don't need to be afraid because we have God. Then a passage from the book of Psalms comes to mind. From Psalm 61, verse 2. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you are my refuge, a strong tower against the enemy. Let me abide in your tent forever. Find refuge under the shelter of your wings. So as we contemplate these two verses and these two passages, it tells us that we need to be most grateful for our faith. We've listened to our ministers and those on the news with their faith messages. It is so comforting in these times to know that God is in control.
Hi, I'm Maria Coleman, and Kristen had asked me to speak for a few minutes about what I am grateful for. And first of all, I'm very grateful that we are all doing well, my family and friends, and I feel like our church is as well. Everyone at our church whom I've talked to seems to be doing well. I know we're all bored, and virtual church is not like sitting in our beautiful sanctuary, but we're all making the best of it, and it fills a gap somewhat. I have so many things in my life I'm grateful for. I love my work. I'm a counselor, and I've been able to work from home during this pandemic. My family is very, very special to me, as I know yours is to you. And above all things, God has been so wonderful in the way He provides for us, and the peace that we receive from being in touch with God on a daily basis, I think is something that has carried me through these weeks in quarantine. But I do miss each of you, and I cannot wait to be back in our sanctuary with all of you wonderful people. And I pray that you have a safe and happy few weeks left before that time. Take care of yourselves, stay well, and take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Reaching out to welcome you, God. Fill this place again with your song. Flood our thoughts with wonder and awe. Give us a greater glimpse of a never-changing God. Till all we want and all we need is found in you, Jesus. Every victory is found in you, found in you. Open wide our hearts now to yours. Every fear bow down to your love. That we would see like never before. Give us a greater glimpse of a never-changing God. Till all we want and all we need is found in you, Jesus. Every victory is found in you, found in you. All we want and all we need is
part of the reason that I decided to ask people to share what they're grateful for today is because of a devotion I read in Jesus Calling, which I know many of you read each day. And I just thought it was so fitting. It spoke to me. So I wanted to share this with you now. Come to me for all you need. Come into my presence with thanksgiving, for thankfulness opens the doors to my treasures. When you are thankful, you affirm the central truth that I am good. I am light, and in whom there is no darkness at all. The assurance that I am entirely good meets your basic need for security. Your life is not subject to the whims of a sin-stained deity. Relax in the knowledge that the one who controls your life is totally trustworthy. Come to me with confident expectation. There is nothing you need that I cannot provide. And this is what I am grateful for today, that our God is always in control, that God is with us in this time and always. I invite you to consider what you are grateful for today. You can share it in the comments or just tell someone that you're with, someone that you love. Share your gratitude, and I promise you will feel it in return.